I received a message from a person I have never met, except this wasn't just some normal message. Taking over SMPs was my specialty. I knew I couldn't just leave this person in the dust, but it's when they talked about a cheating owner, paired with him ruling over the entire server, I knew this wasn't going to be some normal walk in the park. First things first, the guy who messaged me, Mythic, provided me with the server IP. I wasn't technically supposed to be on, but because it was hosted in Australia, all of his schoolmates lived there. And the time zone worked so well in my favor, when I was awake, they were asleep. So I could work very secretly with only just Mythic knowing about me. Plan was that he would come pick me up and bring me back to base, but while I waited, he gave me some information I needed to know.
We sort of track the way that they go back to their base. Follow them, follow that direction potentially with invis pots or something, and then if we make it to their base we could spawn trap their beds.
But you said there's like an event happening this weekend. What's up with that? The only constraint for us was that the event, aka the battle, would be less than 4 days. This was going to be interesting. So with all of the main information out of the way, I decided to inquire about this cheating owner and what exactly he did.
One time I got teleported to his base and there was literally like, it was made of netherite block.
It only gave me more motivation to take him down. But knowing our goal, it was now time to start getting things prepared. I learned that the owner's team could get stacked very quickly for the showdown in just a few days, so we had to prepare extremely well. We decided to first try to get some XP by heading into the nether. Protection on our armor would be crucial. Mining quartz gave a good amount, which helped a lot. Mythic would try to kill pigmen for XP as well. But along the way, Mythic mentioned another person who had villagers. This would come into play later on. Anyways, back to grinding. And I did manage to get to level 25. Eventually, I wanted to go back to base to store the loot we got, except I made a little mistake along the way. Yeah, damn. That sucks.
Oh, man.
Yep. Luckily, my stuff didn't burn, but I did lose all my levels, so I mined a ton more quartz. I decided for the purpose of gaining intel, though, I snuck onto the server's Discord, where I came up with an amazing undercover name. Coolboy4232. Nobody will expect a thing. It was at this time that I learned how strong Kaitis, aka the owner, is.
Full stacked with pots and everything. And then I managed to rally together an hour before the end fight, like a team of 5, but we all had like basic diamond armor.
But everyone has their weaknesses.
He's really good with sword PvP, but I could beat him in axe.
Look, mining in the nether got me XP, you know, but I knew there had to be a faster way. And Mythic gave a great idea.
Found a way to get infinite XP.
Skulk was a block added in the 1.19 update, and when you mine it with a hoe, not only is it super fast to excavate, but you can rack up XP really quickly. They only spawn in deep darks though, but luckily Mythic knew where one was.
No.
But let's just say he made a little oopsie.
Wow. Oh, the water hadn't finished falling from that. Make my way back there.
And I almost drowned. He also told me that there was no shriekers down here, but let's just say he was kind of wrong about that. So basically, if we activate one 3 times, the warden will spawn. You know, the strongest mob in the game, can kill you with 1 hit. Fun stuff. But to summarize the rest of day 1, we focused on getting a ton of XP. And almost spawned the warden like a lot of times. Over here. Yeah, okay, that one might be it. Enchanted a bit, more mining Skulk, but then finally Mythic introduced me to our villager person, like we talked about earlier. Hello. She would be the key to us getting better enchantments. For now, we finished up in the mines, and I even got to level 40 at one point, but they ended off with almost prot 3 and even 4 on each of my armor, but I logged off for the night since it was really getting late for me. The next day I logged on, but there was a slight issue. Okay, so basically we have an S. Okay, so the enchantment table was taken. I think I was sent cords, so if that's the case, so it's at 1181357. This is gonna be a bit of a journey. So knowing that they did send cords in our group chat, I took the risk to head to that location. And to my surprise, there was a lot of villagers set up already, and a few potions like strength. But I knew the strategy for day 2 would be to get a Fletcher villager so that I can trade a bunch of sticks for emeralds. And yes, I always replant trees. Hashtag dream trees, y'all. Fun fact about villagers, if you trade too much with them, they will stop selling a certain item for a temporary period of time. Meaning I made a second Fletcher. I'm looking for a chain. Let me immortal to... What? I like AGR. You know, the people who made the world's smallest violin that's literally everywhere on TikTok. Diamond mining break. And it wasn't long before Mythic finally logged on, gifting some gapples, cobwebs, and golden carrots, perfect for battle. He also showed me Willow's huge farm area, and there I made even more golden apples. Can't take any chances. The preparing was going great until we realized one small issue. Okay, he said, this might be an issue. Let me just check something. So apparently Mythic told me like last minute that the event was gonna start really early in the morning. I'm talking 3 a.m. my time, meaning I couldn't make it. But I still decided to ask Mythic to ask the owner to make it a few hours later. Oh, you are so freaking lucky. That's 6 a.m. my time. I get up at 5:30. You are like insanely lucky. So I got like a half an hour to prepare last minute. Jesus Christ, dude. All of a sudden though, someone joins the game. I remember having a mini heart attack because technically the owner kinda knew who I was thanks to my YouTube channel, but this dude was on our side. Well, kinda. Oh. Look, not to keep going with this whole grinding thing, but going back and forth between chopping wood, trading with villagers, getting more enchantments, mining quartz for XP in the nether, making the gosh dang TNT and mine carts. I mean, we had everything as ready as we could. All that was left to do was to wait for tomorrow to arrive, right? So I just woke up. It's like 5:30 in the morning. And I'm all ready to do, like, you know, the fight at the spawn thing, you know, for the server. And to my surprise, or not unsurprisingly, well, short story short, basically the fight was delayed because the owner didn't feel prepared enough. What a guy. At least we now had an extra 2 days to get even more prepared. Was it really necessary though? Probably not. But hey, at least we had extra allies. Well, maybe. The only two people I trusted on here was Mythic and Willow. Anybody else is just like a temporary asset. For the next 48 hours, I spent getting extra prepared. I wanted to basically be able to counter anything the enemy throws at us. Enchanting, XP grinding, enchanting, and more XP grinding. I literally had to talk to myself to keep myself sane. Oh wow. Well, now that the armor's all, I didn't even realize. Oh, it was going all to the villager. Okay, so the villagers were doing that. Alright. And the funny part is, Mythic never even told me to do any of this extra grinding. I took it upon myself to go the extra mile just to show him that I am clinically crazy. And at the end of it all, I had gotten everything one could ever need. But the question still remains, was all of this enough to win? So I didn't tell you about this before, but we prepared a Pearl Stasis Chamber just in case the fight got a bit more brutal than we may expect and we need to get out of there quick. So with the final last minute preparations, it was finally time to head to spawn. And interestingly enough, there was this weird structure floating in the sky that actually could have been their base.
Oh, what?
So basically the goal would be to go up there and trap their bed so they can't change their respawn point, and so, you know, we can trap them forever. But then, they started to approach us. Just to remind you, this is a 3v4. 3 people on my side and 4 people on their side. On top of that, this is hosted in Australia, of course. My ping is super high compared to everyone else, and this would make it so I would have a lot of trouble landing my hits. But I knew that couldn't stop me now. Oh! 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 Well, that's one guy down. And another. And now there was only the owner left, basically the overpowered final boss. Problem was that he kept trying to swim and run away, but we still persisted. While Mythic was trying to take down the owner, I still was handling his teammates, somehow. They kept coming back and they were still trying to kill me with no armor. I still didn't really know where the owner and Mythic were though, but then I finally found them. Honestly, I was surprised he wasn't dead yet. Like, I know he had a history of cheating on servers he owned, but it didn't really feel like he was doing anything fishy. Or maybe I just wasn't noticing it.
Alright. He just keeps...
But then Kitus makes quite a bad decision.
He's gonna cover.
Oh!
Nice. Let's go.
Now, we had killed their entire team, but remember that structure in the sky from earlier? We decided to check it out and see if it was actually their base. If it was, then let's say we might have some business to attend to. It was a bit of a ways up though. They really tried to make it out of render distance. Unfortunately, Kaitis and his goons outsmarted us before we even got there. They broke their bed and now they all respawned at spawn. There goes that idea. But I decided to do one last thing before I left. Yeah,
Let's go.
it was the end. The end of Kaitis' reign of terror. I had basically saved the server and, of course, my team.
That's the end.
But there was something that just felt sad about it. I mean, from their perspective, they had lost everything they worked for up until this point, and we just snatched it from them in minutes. Instead of trying to find another way to trap them or farm them off the server, I decided to say my peaceful goodbye and leave them be. Hopefully, Kaitis will learn his lesson about cheating and gaining an unfair advantage on server he owns. But my job was done. I didn't need to rub it in anymore. Oh, and we all took a nice little screenie together.
There we go.
And here's another Tyrad video you may like. Subscribe!